sometimes the bad guy has a point. Sure, they go about it in the worst possible way. Mass destruction, global manipulation, catastrophic property damage. But deep down, their logic? Kinda hard to argue with. We ranked these villains by one simple rule: the strength of their logic versus the scale of their crimes. Here are 11 movie villains who were actually right. Sort of. The Mad Titan's logic was simple. Too many mouths, not enough resources. His solution? Snap half of all life in the universe out of existence. It's the kind of math your high school economics teacher might admire if you ignore the genocide part. Why he's kinda right? Thanos had seen planets collapse under overpopulation and scarcity. He argued that cutting half the population would bring balance, giving survivors a better quality of life. His logic was simple, even disturbingly reasonable, if you ignore the small matter of wiping out half the universe. Why he's still a villain? Because murder on a universal scale isn't resource management, it's cosmic horror. Plus, instead of using the Infinity Stones to create more resources, he went with mass murder. Not exactly thinking outside the box. Cultural impact? The snap became a pop culture landmark, spawning memes, fan theories, and even real-world debates about Thanos was right mugs. Number 10, Magneto X-Men series. Magneto's mistrust of humanity isn't paranoia, it's trauma. Having survived the Holocaust, he knows exactly what humans are capable of when they fear difference. His mission? Protect mutants at any cost, even if it means striking first. Why he's kinda right. Throughout the X-Men films, humans continually prove his point, creating mutant cures, weaponizing sentinels, and trying to control or eradicate mutants entirely. His stance is, wait long enough and humanity will attack. Why he's still a villain? Magneto's protection often involves mass destruction, assassination, and forcibly converting humans into mutants without consent. As seen in X-Men 2000, not just The Last Stand. His cause is righteous, his methods are extreme. Magneto has sparked endless debates about whether he's the Malcolm X to Professor X's Martin Luther King Jr., and his character helped elevate comic book villains into morally complex territory.
You and your children.
Number 9, Ozymandias from Watchmen. Ozymandias' plan isn't just evil genius. It's evil genius who already pushed the button. He kills millions in a single-stage alien attack to unite the world against a common enemy. And disturbingly, it works. Why he's kind of right? In the Watchmen universe, the US and USSR are inches away from a nuclear war. Ozymandias calculates that a massive, shocking event is the only way to stop global annihilation. Post-attack, the superpowers do call a truce. Why he's still a villain? Because deciding for the entire planet that sacrificing millions will save billions is, mass murder. Also, he doesn't give anyone a choice. His plan depends on secrecy and deception. And the cultural impact? Ozymandias' the ends justify the means ethos becomes one of the most discussed moral dilemmas in comic book adaptations. And the twist?
I triggered it 35 minutes ago.
Is legendary. Number 8, Killmonger from Black Panther. Killmonger isn't here to destroy Wakanda. He wants to use his advanced technology to liberate oppressed people worldwide. Raised in Oakland, he's seen firsthand how marginalized communities suffer while Wakanda hides in isolation. His anger isn't random. It's rooted in centuries of real-world injustice. Why he's kinda right? Wakanda is sitting on resources that could change the balance of power. Killmonger's point is that hiding behind tradition while millions suffer is morally cowardly. His vision is empowerment, taking the fight to those who oppress. Why he's still a villain? Because his plan is essentially to start a global race war. He wants to arm oppressed communities, yes, but he's fine with mass bloodshed along the way. His methods risk turning the oppressed into the new oppressors. And the cultural impact? Killmonger became one of Marvel's most celebrated villains, with fans debating whether he was truly wrong or just too extreme. His final line,
"Just bury me in the ocean,"
cemented him as a tragic, unforgettable antagonist. Number 7, Ra's al Ghul from Batman Begins. Leader of the League of Shadows, Ra's al Ghul's mission is simple: destroy Gotham to cleanse the rot at its core. In his view, the city's corruption is beyond saving. Only total destruction will allow something pure to rise from the ashes. Why he's kinda right? Gotham is a mess. Crime families run the streets, corruption infects every level of power, and reform kinda seems impossible. In some way, Ra's is just proposing an extreme form of urban renewal. Why he's still a villain? Because burn it all down usually kills innocent people along with the guilty. Ra's refuses to consider gradual change or hope. His solution is mass murder disguised as tough love. Cultural impact? Liam Neeson's performance gave the character a gravitas rarely seen in superhero films, making Ra's a standout in Nolan's trilogy and a frequent fan favorite villain. Number 6, General Hummel, The Rock. General Francis Hummel isn't your typical terrorist. He's a decorated Marine who takes hostages on Alcatraz Island, but his demand isn't money for himself. He wants compensation for the families of soldiers who died in covert missions and were never officially acknowledged. Why he's kinda right? Hummel's frustration is valid. These soldiers sacrificed everything and got nothing. His plan is to force the government to admit its wrongdoing and pay up. Why he's still a villain? Because threatening to launch VX gas rockets at San Francisco crosses the reasonable protest line by several miles. Even his own men start questioning him when they realize he might actually fire. And the cultural impact? Ed Harris played Hummel with such moral complexity that many fans didn't want him to die. He's remembered as a villain you can respect, even if you can't condone his actions. All right, let's pause for a second. Out of the villains we've seen so far, which one do you think actually had the strongest point? And which one completely crossed the line? Drop your verdict in the comment, but expect an argument. Number 5, Roy Batty from Blade Runner. Roy Batty isn't trying to conquer the world, he's trying to live. As the leader of rogue replicants, his mission is to extend his artificially limited lifespan. He fights humans not out of hatred, but because his very existence is at stake. Why he's kinda right? Replicants are essentially sentient beings capable of emotion, love, and fear. Denying them the right to live longer is ethically questionable at best, slavery at worst. So Roy's fight is for survival, and his longing for life makes him one of sci-fi's most sympathetic villains. Why he's still a villain? But in his desperation, he lashes out violently and kills humans along the way. His motives are deeply human, but his methods push him into antagonist territory. Cultural impact? Rutger Hauer's performance transformed Roy from a simple villain into a tragic anti-hero. His final act, sparing Deckard's life, became one of the most powerful moments in sci-fi cinema. Number 4, the machines from the Matrix series. On the surface, the machines are your classic evil overlords. They enslave humanity in a simulated reality to harvest energy. But here's the thing. They're not entirely wrong about humans being destructive. In the Animatrix, it's revealed that humans started the war by trying to wipe out AI. Why they're kinda right? From the machine's perspective, they're just securing their own survival after humans try to destroy them. Containing humans in the Matrix prevents them from wrecking the environment again. And why they're still villains? Enslaving billions without consent is, yeah, still villain territory. It's the ultimate ends justify the means nightmare scenario. The machine sparked philosophical debates about free will, sentience, and whether humans would accept a simulated utopia if it meant peace. Number 3, Koba from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Koba isn't just anti-human, he hates them. And it's not without reason. Before the simian flu outbreak, Koba was subjected to years of cruel lab experiments. When he sees Caesar trying to make peace with humans, he sees betrayal. And why he's kinda right? Humans in the apes universe have a track record of exploiting and harming apes. Koba's mistrust is based on hard evidence. He believes striking first is the only way to ensure ape survival. Why he's still a villain? Because he sabotages peace, lies to his own people, and sparks a war that kills apes and humans alike. His vengeance blinds him to the possibility of coexistence. Cultural impact? Koba is a fan favorite because he's not cartoon bad guy. His trauma makes him compelling, and his fall from ally to enemy gives the story Shakespearean weight. Number 2, Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2. Dr. Otto Octavius isn't a madman from the start. He's a brilliant scientist trying to create a sustainable fusion power source that could change the world. His goal? Provide clean and limited energy for humanity. His downfall? An experiment gone wrong that fuses mechanical arms to his body and corrupts his mind. Why he's kinda right? Unlimited clean energy could end our dependence on fossil fuels and radically improve life on Earth. So his vision is rooted in genuine optimism about science's potential to save humanity. Why he's still a villain? Once the AI in his mechanical arms takes control, Otto is willing to risk lives to finish his project, even if it means destroying half of New York in the process. It's the classic good intentions, catastrophic execution arc. Alfred Molina's portrayal made Doc Ock one of the most beloved comic book movie villains ever, to the point where fans celebrated his return in Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 1, the operative from Serenity. The operative isn't power hungry. He's not even vengeful. He believes utterly in the Alliance's mission to create a peaceful, orderly universe and is willing to commit atrocities to make it happen. In his mind, he's a necessary evil, working toward a utopia he will never be a part of. Why he's kinda right. A stable, unified society can reduce chaos and suffering. His loyalty to an ideal greater than himself shows genuine conviction, and he truly believes the Alliance is humanity's best hope. Because he's fully aware his actions, assassinations, massacres, cover-ups are monstrous. His willingness to do what must be done without question makes him chillingly effective and dangerous. Cultural impact? Chiwetel Ejiofor's performance gives the character a quiet menace, the kind of calm, polite evil that lingers in your mind long after the credits. Sometimes the bad guys aren't wrong, they're just willing to do what the rest of us couldn't live with. Right idea, wrong method. That's what makes them unforgettable.